Pooh Oughta be in pictures is absolutely adorable. This is the first episode of the new adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and to be honest, I grew up watching Winnie the Pooh. I had loads of VHSs of Winnie the Pooh, but I don't know if I ever actually watched the new adventures. This was released in 1988, so definitely 4 years before my time. So I might have seen it, but I had no recollection. So I'm considering this the first time that I watched this. And this episode is a lot of fun. It's written by Bruce Talkington and Mark Zaslove and aired, as I said, in 1988. And it's a little bit unusual actually because we get to see Winnie the Pooh and the other characters in a cinema, in a movie theatre, and it's really bizarre to see them in a place that is neither the Hundred Acre Wood nor Christopher Robin's bedroom. And it was just a little bit peculiar. It worked, but it was slightly strange. Just before that as well, we see a kind of fantasy sequence of them running away from this mummy character. Um, it's not quite what it seems, but it was very different and very weird. And it always throws me a bit when they're not in the Hundred Acre Wood. But the majority of the episode is set in the Hundred Acre Wood because after they go and see this film, Christopher Robin suggests that they all make their own film. So Tigger puts on his costume. He's dressing up as a giant carrot. He's going to be the monster of the film. Pooh Bear is playing the hero with the essential white scarf. And unfortunately, Rabbit doesn't get the memo that Tigger is dressing up as a giant carrot. So when Tigger appears in front of Rabbit, Rabbit loses his mind. And it's absolutely brilliant. And they have to try and a lot of the characters don't know that Tigger is dressing up as well, so they try and have to fend off this carrot monster, not realizing it's Tigger, and things get a bit messy and a bit chaotic, and nobody's quite sure of what's going on. And it worked really well. I thought it was really enjoyable. Pooh Bear was on top form, but I think for me Piglet was the shining star because it was all about trying to make Piglet not scared of scary movies and trying to show Piglet that you can have fun with scary things like that. Definitely visually very interesting with seeing the characters in a cinema and at the beginning as well. Tigger in the carrot suit I thought looked wonderful. It's definitely the kind of thing that I can imagine a young child doing. When I was younger, we didn't have a camcorder, we didn't have obviously smartphones or anything, so I never had any way of video recording anything. It's quite upsetting actually that I don't have any video documentation of my childhood, um, because we just didn't have a camcorder. But definitely nowadays, children can very easily, so many children have access to iPads or old cameras and things. I think it's a wonderful thing that can encourage children to create films with their toys, and that's exactly what Christopher Robin was doing, and I thought it was beautiful and it worked really well. The reason for the carrot suit, there is a reason for it. The narrative is very well developed, everything ties in together really nicely, and I really enjoyed it. As an adult Disney fan, I really enjoyed it. It's something that I would have enjoyed a lot as a child as well. Pooh Oughta be in pictures is definitely a sweet opener for the series and definitely worth watching.